Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. And of course, you're here because you want to hear about these New England Patriots, one of the teams that had a lot of changes transpire during the offseason. Bill Belichick, he opened up that wallet and he spent big time. And so that's going to result in definitely some changes for the Patriots and the expectations for the Patriots. They did a ton of things right, and I'll get into that in a second in terms of going over the roster and the draft. But before I do that, really quick disclosure, I do include things such as upsets inside of my predictions. And so many times you'll go through my videos, and my videos are usually probably don't align with, I guess, what you would probably say would be what's expected of the team sometimes, because I do include things like upsets, momentum, things, coming off of bye weeks, all different sort of things. But definitely do stay tuned and watch to the end, and let's see how things play out. So with that being said, do keep in mind these are my predictions. And I really appreciate you guys, checking it out. And if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, do consider pressing that subscribe button, and liking this video, especially, after you've seen the predictions. If you agree with it, let me know in the comment section. If you disagree, let me know that as well. Definitely do want to hear from you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about these New England Patriots, starting with the roster. So, they opened up the wallet and they really addressed what was the worst tight end position room in the league, in my opinion. It was just very tough to watch last season when watching the Patriots. But they brought in Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, and they still have, a couple guys that's filling out the rest of that tight end room, but it is much stronger now, much better. Expect for them to play two tight ends up front. And then when looking at, the quarterback position, obviously, drafting Mac Jones and not having to trade up to get him, that was absolutely huge. There was a lot of comparisons before to Tom Brady. And let's pump the brakes now. We're not going to say that Mac Jones is anything near what Tom Brady's going to be. But then again, we're not going to say that he can't be, because we don't know. But obviously to put someone and compare them to Tom Brady, that's just unfair. So we're not going to, do that here. But what we'll say is that he can have some success. There's no reason why he can't have success similar to what maybe a Drew Bledsoe had for the Patriots or something like that. Just thinking of, a random quarterback that has success in the New England Patriots, type of system. He definitely does have a lot of qualities that, bode well for these Patriots. So I really did love that selection there. Obviously, Cam Newton, I feel, is going to start off the season as a starting quarterback, and we'll see how long that happens. I anticipate at some point during the season, we'll see Mac Jones, unless Cam Newton just somehow lights it up. But, they're going to push each other to be better, that's for sure, and Bill Belichick, I trust him in that situation in terms of making the right decision. I know a lot of people have lost faith in Bill, but, he's only one season removed from a winning season. And when you have a lot of guys that opt out like the Patriots did in comparison to other teams, that's going to hurt you as well. So they did a great job last year going 7-9 in spite of all the changes, the opt-outs, Cam Newton signing late. Then when he had COVID, he wasn't the same. I can go on for days and days. Damian Harris, I've got high expectations for Damian, but he's going to have to be healthy out there. But he does have James Wright, Sony Michel to help them as well, and a bunch of other running backs that the Patriots do have, as they do like to stock up that running back position. Now, at receiver, this is going to be the big one. I'm really interested in seeing particularly how Nelson Aguilar is going to play for the Patriots. Are we going to see more of what we saw last year for Nelson, or will we see the one that goes out there and drops a lot of passes? I'm hoping that for the Patriots' sake, they see what we saw last year for the Raiders, and that he has, that he builds upon that success. But him, Kendrick Bourne, those are two big pickups. Now, we know they're going to trade N'Keal Harry. Obviously, that he doesn't feel like it's a good fit. And for the Patriots, they probably just want to move on at this point. So they are going to need someone else to step up and be, that third receiver. But, they've got Jacoby Myers coming back. He's been pretty good since he was drafted. Gunner as well. So they've got some pieces, and we'll see how it all meshed together. But you've got to be excited for what you see for the Patriots, not to mention offensive line, bringing back, David Andrews. That was huge. Shaq Mason, Trent Brown, trading to bring him back. That's absolutely huge. Isaiah Wynn. So they've got a pretty solid offensive line. And so don't get me started on this defense. Now, obviously, on the defensive side of the ball, the biggest question is going to be Stephon Gilmore. Can the Patriots get a deal done to keep him? But they still got Devin McCourty, J.C. Jackson. Then you look up front. Kyle Van Noy, his return, Dante Hightower. So they've got some pieces. Matt Judon, they went and brought him in, so they've got some pieces. And I absolutely really love the selection of Christian Barmore. Before the draft, in my opinion, I felt he was the best defensive tackle, or at least my favorite defensive tackle coming from Alabama. And when the Patriots took him, that was absolutely amazing right there. And they've got, Chase Winovich. They've got some pieces here. So I really like this defense. I like where the offense is heading. Obviously, who's ever at quarterback, that's going to dictate the plays that are ran. But, there's a lot to like about this Patriots team. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these picks here for these New England Patriots and see how I've got them going. So opening game, against the Miami Dolphins, I have a feeling this is going to be an important one, even though it's early in the season, obviously. But for these two teams, they typically split. It's down in New England, so I'll give New England this win at home. I think Cam Newton will be starting for this game. I've got the Patriots still winning, kind of like they did last year to open off the season. And then against these New York Jets, Zach Wilson and company at home, Patriots on the road. Come on, Bill Belichick versus rookie quarterbacks. You don't have to ask me that one. And then the Saints versus the Patriots. I still think the Saints are going to be a good team. I obviously know Drew Brees, but especially if they go with Jameis Winston, what they showed last year, they can still win in spite of who's the quarterback. But I've got the Patriots winning this one. Now against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady and the Super Bowl defending champs. They've got so much chemistry. Everybody's basically back for the Buccaneers. Tom Brady, his dad's already taking shots at the Patriots. However, my personal faith in Bill Belichick alone, along with what he's been able to do this offseason, propels me to think that this is going to be one of those upsets that I mentioned early on. So don't turn me out yet. Don't end the video yet. But I think, don't call me crazy, but I think the Patriots got a chance to beat these Buccaneers, and I've got them beating Tampa Bay here at home. The fans, they're going to be really into it, and so this is going to be one of those games that I think, because they're familiar with Tom Brady and his game, that's going to help Bill Belichick be able to come up with a game plan for what he likes to do. Obviously, he's had Antonio Brown for a short period as well, Rob Gronkowski, so he's familiar with those guys, and so this is going to all play a role into a sneaky win for the Patriots because they're going to be, looking at it like, oh, they're going to come in and dominate. But New England's a way better team than what they were last year. Against the Houston Texans, no need to discuss. Patriots are going to win that one. Better luck next year, Houston. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be playing for that one. So we'll go on to these Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Well, I think, honestly, with Dak, Zeke, and company, it's going to be a good game. But I just feel that, especially if Stephon Gilmore is still with the Patriots, I've got the Patriots winning this one. And it's going to be a close one, a defensive battle in terms of the Patriots versus the Cowboys offense. But I think that they'll find a way to win, probably like 26-24, something like that. And then against the Jets at home, I've got the Patriots sweeping the Jets this year. The Jets, I do like the direction that they're heading. I really do with Zach Wilson. I feel that the future is very bright for him, and the Jets got that pick right. However, they're not going to be the Patriots. Week 8. So far I've got these Patriots going 7-0 right now. You're probably thinking this is madness, but I've got the Chargers bringing them down to earth a little bit here with a victory for the Chargers. I really like this Chargers team. Justin Herbert, I feel like they've got some tremendous pieces. They can stay healthy. They can really make some noise in the AFC this year and get into that playoffs. I think they're a playoff caliber team. And then week 9, going down to the Carolina Panthers, this is going to be a tough stretch. I feel like this is going to be a really tough stretch. You're going down to Carolina. Carolina has historically found success against these Patriots. Sam Darnold, obviously, if he goes out there and he looks like the quarterback that I feel that he can be in Carolina, then that's going to bode well for them. And I honestly feel like the Panthers got a chance to win this one. However, I'm going to go with the Patriots here to find a way to win that one. And now we're at home against the Cleveland Browns. Patriots, so far at home, I've got them 5-0. But in this one, I think Cleveland, they're just they can run the ball well. They've got a tremendous team. And so right now, I've got the Browns beating the Patriots, so that puts them at 8-2. Going down to the Falcons, it's a Thursday night game. I don't even know why I'm getting into that. I've got the Patriots winning that one. Better luck next time, Atlanta. And then against the Tennessee Titans, I've got mad respect for Tennessee, what they're able to do with Julio Jones. But I just feel like, Gilmore and our secondary versus Jones, and now our improved run defense. And that's what's going to be the biggest difference on the Patriots defense. The improved run defense is going to be extremely huge. Now, I've got a ton of respect. I feel the Titans can certainly win this game. Mike Vrabel has certainly shown that he can go down to New England and win in big game situations in the past. However, For this video, I've got the Patriots winning this one. All right, now week 13, going down to Buffalo. This is such a big game. I mean, the Patriots right now, they're 10-2, in my opinion, at this point of the season. They're feeling themselves going down to Buffalo, who's also, in my opinion, is going to be, probably in a similar record at that point in time. But going down to Buffalo and company, I've got Buffalo winning this one. And so now we've got a bye week, fresh off of that loss. They're 10-3, going down to a very, very extremely tough Indianapolis Colts team. I mean, they've got a superb defense. I feel Jonathan Taylor is going to be a top 5 running back this year. And I think Carson Wentz is going to be a good quarterback. Not great, but a good quarterback. He's going to be improved. He's not going to be what he was when he first came into the league. We're not going to see that version of him, but we're going to see better than what we saw towards the end of his time in Philadelphia. And so I feel like his confidence is being restored somehow, some way, and plus reunited with Frank Wright. A lot of good things for the Colts this season. However, I've got the Patriots winning this one down in Indianapolis, especially coming off of a bye week as well. That's what's going to be important there. So now they're going to be playing against Buffalo as well. They already played them one time. At this point in the season, it's down in New England. The crowd's going to be going insane. Patriots really going to want this game. It's going to be a close game, kind of like it was last season when Cam had fumbled that ball, when I felt like the Patriots were going to win. Except this time, I think that the Patriots are going to find a way, some way, somehow, to win this game against the Buffalo Bills. And so against the Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah, I've got the Patriots winning that one. And so things are looking really good. Going down to Miami, I don't know what it is about going down to Miami late in the year. Good things just doesn't happen for this Patriots team, especially at this point of the season. At some point, I feel that, Mac Jones may end up taking over at some point, probably before the Falcons game maybe, or at some point. If not that, then, yeah, that's probably a good time to put him in, honestly. But with that being said, though, yeah, I feel that the Patriots are going to lose this game against the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is one that, could go either way, but Miami has shown me enough times that they will split with the Patriots here. And so there you have it. My prediction for the New England Patriots in 2021, going 13-4. Call me crazy? Yeah, to beat the Super Bowl champs in Tampa Bay, knowing that they're going to be one heck of a team once again, I know, a bold move indeed. But if these Patriots can stay healthy and they can go out there and get solid play at the quarterback position and Damian Harris remains healthy, then they have him plus the combination of James White catching passes out the backfield and the experience that he brings. And then whenever Sony Michel is able to contribute as well, and the 2 tight end set, there's a lot to like about these Patriots. Do not find yourself sleeping on the New England Patriots in 2021. You heard it here first. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed my predictions here. Again, remember, they are my predictions, but definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. And so if you have, make sure you leave a like on that video button, as well as press the subscribe button, as well, as I really do appreciate the support. Trying to grow the channel out so that way we can have more engaging content, come football season, more guys to talk football with, as well as when the NBA season starts back second time around. I know the finals are currently going on, but, thinking about the future, really want this channel to grow and be more sports oriented. And I'm excited for this year's football season. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this video, and see you guys next time.